Today's a good day because we've got some more leaks for College Football 27. Now, it is that time of the year. For those of you that have been around my channel for a while, you know that that's what this time of year is. We get leaks, we get news, we get rumors, and then eventually the football games come out. Now, we've recently talked about some good things that we can expect in College Football 27 over the previous few months, but today we get some actual new leaks to go over, so we're going to get right into those in just a second. If you are new, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on because we're going to be getting a ton of news, ton of gameplay from EA. We're going to get leaks, a lot of stuff over these next couple of months, and you're not going to want to miss out on any of those videos when I post them. So the last time that we got an official leak for College Football 27, it was about a month ago, and it was from the Mutt Leaks account. Now, for those of you that don't know, Mutt Leaks is a Twitter account that does, for the most part, leak stuff about Madden Ultimate Team, but around this time of year, he will get more leaks as it pertains to both the college and Madden game because there's certain things that he can see. I don't know exactly how he can see it, but there's certain things he could see via EA's website when they upload stuff on the back end, when they're testing certain things. I don't know how he does it, but he's always been right. He has never been wrong as far as I can remember. Anytime he puts something out, it's concrete. He's not a guy that's just leaking random stuff or posting rumors every single day for engagement. He might not tweet for months, but when he does, he's got some official news. So let's go over the stuff that he released just a few days ago. I tried to poke around and get some more information on this, but wasn't able to get any extra info than what he put out. So the first thing that Mutt Leaks had in his tweet that went out said that the beta servers are live in production and that news is expected soon. We know that news is expected soon. That's not really kind of shocking. I mean, we're at that time of year. We might get a little bit of a teaser or something in April, and then throughout May, that's when EA is going to directly be putting out, deep dive blogs, trailers into June as well. So we know that we're getting news soon. Probably in April, we'll get some kind of a teaser. But the more interesting thing here are the beta servers. So we could be getting a beta for College Football 27. They do it every year for Madden. I don't believe they did it for College 26. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know for sure they didn't in 25, but we could start seeing maybe a yearly beta. This doesn't 100% mean that we're going to get that though, because there's always going to be beta servers live just in general because they're always just a small group of people that are constantly testing things on the game as they're doing updates during this time of year, implementing some of the new stuff. So that could just be that, taking place. It doesn't mean that they're going to do one of those closed betas that they do for Madden, but they could do it. I mean, they do it for Madden every year, so it would make sense why they would want to start doing it for college as well. Now, the next tidbit, I think, in my opinion, is the biggest one. It says custom adjustments saved between games. Now, this is something that I know was an idea that had been floated in the past for like older Madden games or something. It was something that they wanted to do, but it never got implemented for whatever reason. Sometimes they have things that they want to do, and for whatever reason, it kind of just gets knocked down the priority list. And it's one of those things where maybe they've wanted to do it for a few years, but it takes a few years before they actually kind of get around to working on it. So it has been kind of a rumor and something that they've wanted to do in the past. This isn't confirmation that that's coming to the game, but again, Mutt Leaks never speaks unless he's pretty certain. He's not really trying to engagement bait or put out sensational news. He's putting out stuff that he's seeing directly. So for those of you that don't know what custom adjustments means, this would be one of the biggest gameplay upgrades that we'd seen, in the history of both college and Madden, in my opinion, because it's such a quality of life change. So if you play the game and you have a play, for example, where every time you call this particular passing play, you always put your slot receiver on a slant route or a drag route, or maybe you like to put one guy on a corner route and one guy on a streak every time you call this play. If this is what this means, that means that you would be able to punch that adjustment in one time, and then every time you called that play, that adjustment would just already be made. You would already be on the field with your adjustments, so you wouldn't have to constantly just input the same adjustments over and over and over. And this would be even way bigger for defense because when you think of defensive side of the ball, maybe there's a nickel cover 3 play that you always come out in as your base defense. That's what I do. And I like to shade it down every single time because I like to play underneath aggressive. Well, if I just can save that adjustment, then every time I come out in that cover 3, it would already be shaded down. And even if I made 10 adjustments on a play, let's say, every time I come out in that play, once I save it, those adjustments would just be there. Now, of course, you could make further adjustments on the fly as you see fit, but if you have, certain adjustments that you make the majority of the time, they would just already be there and you wouldn't have to do this. And this would be huge online when you consider sometimes the game's laggy and it's harder to make adjustments. Sometimes on defense, the offense is snapping the ball very quickly and it's hard for you to get your adjustments in time. Even if you're just playing Dynasty, just the fact that you wouldn't have to input these every time when you're calling certain plays that you like to go to, this would be huge. So I really hope this is the case. I know it's something they've talked about in the past. This would be a major gameplay upgrade. And real quick, I did want to mention that we have officially partnered with Civil.gg. If you're looking to win more games in both Madden 26 or College Football 26, you need to check out our website, Civil.gg. We have full offensive and defensive guides that'll actually help you win more games, and weekly new content that's built for players of all game modes at all skill levels. You'll be joining over 2,000 active members. 98% of them say they've won more games since joining. Right now, you can unlock access to everything you need to start winning for 30% off by clicking the link at the top of the description and using code ERIC. And now, back to the video. The next leak here said that there are going to be additions to team data for richer depth, and he put in parentheses, mottos, etc. Now, we don't really know too much about what this means. It's kind of cut and dry. They're going to be adding more team data, but what is that going to be? We don't fully know, but I'm all for that. I think probably a bigger thing for Dynasty mode and Road to Glory, the offline modes. We need more kind of information on all the team's history. I mean, they've kind of done a better job last year trying to build this out a little bit more with like team and school records and certain things like that, trophy winners, but it sounds like they're going to just keep going deeper in this. And I think, that's one thing that EA typically gets a lot of flack for with a lot of their games is just depth. You might have good game modes, you might have some good features, but it's always about how deep do these features go. So in terms of team data, when you're talking about Dynasty mode or even a franchise mode in Madden, the history of these teams and the leagues are really just as important as all the other features that are there, especially if you're someone that's in Dynasty mode and you're playing a 30-year Dynasty. Some people do that. Even if you're only playing 15 to 20 years, whatever the case, you're creating more history as you go. So it's good to see that they're looking into adding more depth there. So that is definitely something I think offline guys would be appreciative of. And again, these are just kind of some minor leaks. There's going to be a lot bigger news for the game that's going to come out as we get closer, but these are just a few things that we kind of know about early thanks to Mutt Leaks. The next thing it says is crossplay testing underway. Now, the game's already crossplay, so this could just mean crossplay testing with PC because he did leak that it's coming to PC, and someone even asked him on this post if the game was coming to PC, kind of trying to reconfirm, and he said, yes, it's coming to PC. So maybe that's what the crossplay testing is for. I mean, that's really the only thing I could think of because we've already had crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation. The other thing that he mentioned here was that the game may come to Amazon Luna post-launch. Now, what Amazon Luna is a cloud gaming service from Amazon that allows you to stream and play games instantly on devices that you own, such as like a Fire TV, PCs, Macs, iPhones, tablets, whatever the case may be. So if that's something that interests you, there is a chance that we can be seeing that on Amazon Luna once the game is launched. So not really a huge deal there, but that might be important for a few hundred people, I suppose. Now, somebody else also asked him about the Switch 2. This is another question that I've been getting asked about a lot, especially once we got the leak that it was coming to PC. A lot of people said maybe it's going to come to the Switch 2 as well because Madden came to the Switch 2 last year, so why not College? And I would think that they would want to put College on Switch 2. It's really popular. It's still selling a lot of copies. What Mutt Leak said was that from what he could see, that there's no Switch 2 version expected for college football this year. All he sees is that we should be getting PC, and obviously we know we're getting PlayStation and Xbox, and then Amazon Luna services potentially, but it does not appear that there's any Switch 2 version expected. If there were, he'd probably be able to see that by now. That's how he was able to see that there was a PC version of the game that was slated to come out. So maybe next year they put it on Switch 2. We kind of, I guess, just have to see. I'm not sure how well Madden did on the Switch 2 this year. Maybe it didn't do that well. Now, there are some other things that we have been hearing about as it pertains to College Football 27, especially when it comes to equipment and customization. If you want to find out more about that, make sure you check out this video right here on the screen.